Hello everyone, Friday afternoon. Thought I'd do a little video as I've not done one for a while. And it's because I've been driving and reflecting about something, and something that, having watched a few videos and social media posts and some of the things that go on in the world around us, in the world of celebrancy particularly. And I want to talk about something that I think of as centre point. And that's what I'm going to call it for this video, the centre point. The centre point is the start, the middle, and the end of everything that we do as a celebrant. Particularly, I'm going to focus on funeral celebrancy in the way I talk about this. So the deceased person is our centre point, and the immediate circle around them is also part of that. So usually the immediate family, but occasionally it can be a group of friends. The centre point should be what we are focused on. It should be what we focus on in terms of our writing of our service, in the delivery of our service, in the way that we talk to family and friends about that deceased person. They are at the centre of it. I think it also should follow through into our social media posts and other things that go with being a self-employed celebrant. There's no denying that we have to promote ourselves, and I do have to do that, as does everyone that's self-employed. But I do like to be very cautious of how much of myself I centre on. Sharing some reviews, that's occasionally what I like to do. But I'm very careful not to be engrossed by myself and how I do that. And that's also true of how I write and how I talk to the families. I am not the centre point. It's not about me. It's about them. And that's important. So the questions I ask, the conversations that I bring, the smiles that I encourage, it's about the centre point. Because when we've lost somebody, it's deeply sad. And grief is part of that journey. And that is part of that centre point. I've said it before, I'm not somebody that likes to affirm that grief. Families know what grief is, they know what they're experiencing, and I'm not a grief counsellor. I'm a support. I'm there for them to listen and to express. But I try and bring more to that meeting than just focus on the grief. I want them to bring the memories to mind. I want them to smile. I want them to think fondly and bring some joy. Because whilst we can't bring that person back, we can give them the most beautiful service. I always remember when I was doing my training that there was a phrase that has stuck with me, and that was, don't let eye disease creep in. And this doesn't mean the physical eye. It means using the word I, centering on yourself. Very occasionally I will refer to a personal reflection in a service. I might say something to do with what my wishes are for the family moving forward. But I'm certainly very conscious of the amount of times I do that. It's true of my social media. It's true of everything that I do as a celebrant. I'm not the centre point. The centre point is the person concerned and the people around them. That's all that really matters. How are they moving forward from that day? And what are they taking away? What are they contributing? And I don't mean physically standing there, the stories that they want embedded into that service. So remember, when you are planning a funeral, it's all about that person. A celebration of a life which hopefully, quite often, is a life well lived, but it's not always. There are sometimes some tragic circumstances, life that ends too soon, life that's had a rocky road on the way. But there are things to celebrate about that person. They may only be small, they may be big, they may be massive achievements, they may be small ones. It doesn't matter. It's the centre point. I want everyone to have a lovely weekend. Best wishes to you all. Bye-bye.